Hello, this is Anna. In one of my previous videos, I said that I was going to talk about synchronicity. So, how can we distinguish a synchronicity from a coincidence? What is a synchronicity and what is a coincidence? First of all, we have to understand these two things. Because usually when we think about a coincidence, we think about something that happens like without a source, that happens like, as we say, coincidentally, with no related meaning to it. And instead, a synchronicity happens by the definition itself. It's as Carl Jung said, the guy who coined this word, said, I'm trying to say it with my own words because I don't remember precisely his words. He said that synchronicity is a phenomenon that happens when two events happen simultaneously. That means that when something happens at the same time, the same thing with the same nature happens simultaneously. So I can give you some examples. So let's say you see a person in a street that you haven't seen for a long time, and you talked about this person with one of your friends just a minute before. When you encounter that person, that's a synchronicity because it happened at the same time that you mentioned it. If not at the same time, it's very close to time. You can notice this. And the problem is with synchronicity, another thing is that it happens very frequently versus coincidences that happen less frequently. But in a certain sense, coincidences aren't even coincidences, because there's a difference between these two, is that we notice, we don't notice usually the synchronicities that happen in our life. Synchronicities happen to us every day, but we don't notice them. And versus the coincidences, we notice them once in a while. So then again, another question can be then, like, how to notice more synchronicities in our life if these synchronicities happen to us, to everybody, every day. The key point here is the awareness. The more thoughts we have in our mind, the more these thoughts go in front of us, less we see these synchronicities. These thoughts function like practically like walls, and if we don't work on our thoughts, then we see less of these synchronicities. And so another difference between synchronicities and coincidences is that synchronicities have a source. They have a meaning. That's why another definition of synchronicity is meaningful coincidence. While coincidence is like something happening without any meaning. That's another, we could say, definition, another difference between synchronicity and coincidence. I can bring some examples also in my life. Some things are really immediate, like even more immediate than when you think about something and after a minute it happens. To me, this happened at the same moment, like literally simultaneously. But to have noticed this, maybe I was in a special state of awareness, I don't know. What happened once is that I went to a place where they sell magazines, and while I was leaving, a guy told to another person, yeah, he said, it's gonna be at 11:30. While I heard that person saying that, at the other side of me there was a group group of young people, and they said, let's meet at 11:30. I heard these two things simultaneously. And when I heard that, like, yeah, that was a synchronicity. And sometimes I also notice synchronicities in other people's lives, but people don't notice. So I have to sometimes point it out to them, like, did you notice this? So another reason why, one of the first reasons is unawareness. Another reason why we don't notice synchronicities is because we don't give importance to them. We think, obviously, that it was only a coincidence. Instead, when you start believing that coincidences are a synchronicity, it's a kind of game of words, then you will start noticing them more and more. And so this is, I would say to stop right now, like with this video, because the topic is much wider. I would start to explain how this happens. I would start to talk about something related to quantum physics. Let's say that this can be the first part of we could say the